Urgent real time. Oh, hold on. All right, so urgent real time Bitcoin forecast. A lot of people, every time I upload a video telling you why this is the bottom, there's always new pundits, new Raoul Pal, for instance, saying, "Hey, we had the biggest crash in October the last time, which is like what 10, 20 years ago, and then we lost 60 or 70% of our money in 1920." I don't know about you, but for me, I tend to think that the year 2022 is a little bit different than 1920. Maybe just a squinch, just a little bit. What's the biggest difference between 1920 and 2022? Let's not even do that. What's the biggest difference between the Great Depression, which is not going to happen anymore because we already hit the bottom, I'm telling you, and I'm going to explain to you why everybody's wrong again, everybody else is wrong again. What's the biggest difference between 1920 and 2022? Hell, when's the last time we had a major recession or depression, like Jimmy Carter years, George Bush years? That was 20 years ago too. What's more different? The difference between 1920 and 1980, or the difference between 1980 and 2022. 2022 is only about 30 years difference versus 1920 all the way up to the year 1980 or even the year 2000. It's like 100 years. What changed more? What period of time? The first 100 years or the next 20, 30 years? What changed more? Obviously, it's this era. You didn't, in 1920, in order to tell someone something happened, like, hey, there's a good stock, you should buy it, you had to wait until the Sunday Times. And the Sunday Times, you know how there are weekly candles on charts? You know why? Because those candles are drawn once a week on Sunday for Sunday Times. That's the whole reason. Well, I thought it was because TradingView couldn't store more than 55,000 candles per view. No. Once a week, Wall Street would get a summary of all the stuff that happened in the last 17 weeks or 52 weeks. And that was your once a week weekly candle and where it closed. So everyone traded. You can't just trade one weekly candle, can you? No. You have to trade several, maybe even 50. So you'd make a trade once a year. Yep, that was back when you would make a trade once a year. Now, instead of waiting until Sunday and then running over to your house to pick up your rotary phone, Hello? Hello? Yeah. Hey, Joe, you there? Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Yeah, of course I can hear you. You know that one stock? I mean, how long did it take for me to contact Joe, and then Joe's gonna call his friend Frank. He's gonna run downstairs. Mary, hang up the phone. I got a phone call to make, Mary. All right, hold on, Frank. Give me a second. I'm gonna wrap. No. This is urgent. Mary, hang up the phone. Oh, okay. Susan, I gotta call you back. Frank needs to use the phone. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. This is literally how long it took to get one stock recommendation out there. One good pick. Looks like we've got a inverse head and shoulders on, I don't know, Johnson & Johnson. I don't even know if Johnson & Johnson was around back in 1920, but Ford, let's say Ford Motors, or some other like manufacturing company, some, I don't know, some cement company, or Northwestern Rail Lines or something, or whatever. Boeing maybe was around back then. That's how long it took to get somebody to tell you to start buying or selling or something. Just one person to one person. It took weeks. Now, it's just bam. Instead of one-to-one communication, it's many-to-many communication simultaneously broadcasted through the entire world. You're not going to get a 5-year-long depression. We're not going to get any... The world is a little different now. We react faster. And so, everyone who's expecting a 5-year-long depression or 5-year-long recession is just stupid. Okay, so maybe there's going to be a 5-year-long recession in, if you're a cement maker company, or maybe you're a steel factory. But even then, most everyone's going to make their money online and then use that money to build new houses in 10 days from now. So don't worry about there possibly being a 5-year-long recession. And the bottom is now. Okay, so what are the factors that tell you that the bottom is now? Number one, Sears and Lehman Brothers, the world's biggest assets that are connected to all of the world's political leadership. It's just married, literally, decades and decades and decades of wealth connected to politicians, connected to kings, princes, princesses, noblemen, and dignitaries, congressmen, senators. All just changed hands, and BlackRock has it all. Number one. Number two, America has been fighting China on artificial intelligence. And the next step of artificial intelligence is not software, it is hardware. It's CPU manufacturing. And America just 3 days ago announced that they're going to restrict CPU sales to China. What's the premise they used? To say, hey, I thought we had an international trade agreement where we're going to openly buy and sell stuff. Yeah, no, there's extenuating circumstances. What extenuating circumstances? Well, we can't manufacture enough chips for ourselves, for our own consumption. Well, why is that? Well, something about our supply chain. Where does the supply chain have its breakdown? Where is it broken down? Oh, little country that's attached to Russia. It's the number one manufacturer of neon gas, is the number one ingredient in the manufacture of computer chips. There's bombs going around in that country, so we can't get any chips. Really? You're not talking about Ukraine, are you? Yeah, I'm sorry. Just coincidentally, the Ukraine happens to have a chip shortage right when we're trying to find a reason not to sell chips to China. Sounds awfully convenient for you guys. Especially when you're the ones that goaded the Ukraine on to join NATO to piss Russia off to start bombing the Ukraine. Are you starting to put one and one together and two together? Xi Jinping, just this weekend, he just got his power back. He was reaffirmed for another 5 years. There's nothing left. All the money's already changed hands. All the power has gone to BlackRock, USA, and China once again. And Russia has just built their own payment network so that they can get rid of SWIFT or IBAN or whatever central banking system. Everyone's in position now. And everyone has longed everything thanks to you having sold everything. No one else is selling. You're the only one that sold. If you have over 5 Bitcoin, you should get us to trade it for you. We trade it for you 24 hours a day, 5 days, 7 days a week. There are 7 days in a week. We make you even richer. We protect and grow your money like nobody else can. Bitcoin-fund-manager.com. Let us make you richer.